with you when Avengers came out?
Diet.
It's a very important question.
You gotta fit into the S.H.I.E.L.D. uniform.
And one of the things I brought up was the notion that I compared Coulson to sort of like your TV history, that he was kind of like a TV character in the sense that he kept guest starring in all these different movies, and wouldn't it be great if he had his own show?
Right?
Right? And this is what I said at the time. And you said you would love the opportunity to do so, and obviously S.H.I.E.L.D. at that point wasn't even a possibility as a TV series, I don't think. I mean, so having that opportunity now, this is a long rambling question, it's not going anywhere where I wanted it to.
Been there.
You've been there. What's your feeling basically about the fact that you're getting the opportunity to take Coulson now and resurrect him on what is going to be a weekly series? Sorry.
No. It's I love playing the guy. You know, it's just been this bizarre journey because I grew up reading comic books. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. I love this stuff. I knew my neighbor Jon Favreau was putting together an amazing cast for Iron Man. That was one of my favorite comics, and then I got a call. There's a little tiny part. Do you want to be in it? And I was like, yes. It's probably going to get cut out, but yeah. And then to have it kind of get fleshed out in that movie, added to these other movies, given more and more meaty, amazing stuff to do. And then, most movingly to me, to have it connect with the fans in a way where they just didn't accept his death, kind of waged a campaign on Coulson's behalf. It's really moving to me because he's them. He's an avatar for the fans and a human in a world of superhumans. So just to kind of walk out there and get that response and have the show get that response and to show up and get to play this guy again because I thought I was done is really a dream come true for me.
Yeah, how does it feel to be like the superhero of Comic-Con by playing such a human character?
You know, I came here, the first time I came here, I think it was right during Iron Man 1. I was here for something else, and I went around and I bought my favorite Jim Starlin comics, and I walked the floor, and then the next time I came here, people were dressed up like me. Now, I was glad I wasn't here last year because I saw some pictures of Coulson all bloody and zombie, and that would have been too upsetting for me. So, you know, Joss is the true mayor of Comic-Con, but to be the kind of, I don't know what, the junior duke of Comic-Con is really, really... Yes, the sheriff, ultimately.
There's always a lot of peddling and panels, but that moment where that guy was like, Coulson is my favorite Avenger.
I mean, I almost cried. It blows me away just that he has that response, because people have that response to him, because I stand there on the deck of the helicarrier and I almost can't get my lines out, partly because of the actors I'm dealing with, but partly because I'm talking to Bruce Banner. It's freaking me out. And, to have Coulson kind of loved that way, it's a huge testament to what Joss wrote for Coulson. I really think the show and the response and the Coulson Lynch thing is really because Joss really took what was there already instinctively and turned it into this thing that really revealed what was really there. You know, that he was a fanboy, that he had a ridiculous, embarrassing man crush on Captain America. You know, I think that's really what made this happen.
I think this is one of the first times that a brutal Joss Whedon death has ended happily with the character coming back to life.
Listen, there's a few actors from the Whedonverse who are not happy with it.
I think bigger and worse, like Red Wedding style, is going to happen to us now in the show. How does this go?
I don't know. In the Whedonverse, you can never count out that degree of macabre people getting cashed in. But this is a world where people are vulnerable, so I don't think anyone's safe, including Agent Coulson. That said, it's a hopeful show. It's an optimistic world. You know, what's fun about these to me is, and what I've always loved about the comics and about sci-fi is, there's a way you can tell a story in an imaginative universe that you can't in strict realism. That we can take who we are right now and project it forward a little bit, or put a slight spin on it that makes us look at who we are through a lens that's more real than real. And to have TV feels like the perfect serialized version of that. So to see the first couple of scripts and to see the way that they found the thing that's bigger than anything I've ever seen on TV, and yet really the people from that world that I think people responded to in Phil Coulson, the humans. To see the humans of that world represented is really exciting to me.
What layers, as the layers being pulled back, what are you learning about Coulson this early on?
Every movie I've done, I learned a little bit more. They had me in Iron Man 2 saying, "Oh, I gotta go. I'm going to New Mexico," and at the end of it, I said, "What's New Mexico?" And nobody told you? You're Thor. The hammer's there. You're gonna find guess what is the post-credits thing in this movie? And that's how I find stuff out. So it's a chain letter that I'm always happiest to read because then I get to act it. So far, the 2 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D., each one of them I've learned something more about Phil Coulson.
In the films, Coulson helps essentially recruit superheroes and form the Avengers. In the show, you're now recruiting elite humans. Has Coulson lost his job recruiting the Avengers?
Well, I think the Avengers have been recruited, and I think it's, I don't know, that we'd have to talk to Director Fury about why he's now tasked him to do this, but I think it's clear that he sends Coulson to, the hottest zones he's got. We're in a world after the Avengers where, people have gone from knowing about Tony Stark and the Hulk for a moment before he was contained to a world with a wormhole and alien invaders in New York and these guys from Asgard who are trouble. And a lot of people want in on that action, and some of them aren't very nice. That said, I think it's a vehicle for dealing with other new superheroes from the Marvel Universe sometimes, but all kinds of old and new S.H.I.E.L.D. business.
The fact that Coulson died was a big part of the Avengers and really affected those characters. Presumably we're going to see them find out that he is in fact still alive as this franchise continues to grow. Do you think that would play out on the TV show or on the film, in the films or in the movies?
One thing that I really enjoyed about playing this guy and being in this world is that it's like Marvel are like grandmasters of chess. There are an infinite number of possibilities of the way the pieces can get moved, and as a fan I look and I go, boy, I hope, whether it's about my character or others, I really hope they exploit that spectacular opening. And so far, the reason people are going to see these movies, I think, is not because people have an endless thirst for superheroes, but because they have an endless thirst for a developing story where they keep taking the coolest possible opportunity. Obviously, there are some Avengers and Pepper Potts who are going to be really upset and feel manipulated. I don't know if when they find out everything, they'll still feel that way.
How difficult was it to keep a secret that Coulson wasn't dead in the Avengers once you found out?
Well, for me it was really true, and then I got a call saying that it wasn't true, and I only had it for a couple of weeks before I was at New York Comic Con announcing in a kind of classic Marvel way that it would
Bite your tongue too much.
Well, I knew a little bit. Like I like to say, I know a little bit more than you do, but I don't know as much as Jeff Loeb knows. I know I'm still walking around. For all I know, I might be a ghost. Thank you.
Thank you.